going on, Renegades? Strizzy from Strizzy Report here, and welcome to the ultimate guide to U.S. states. Key facts and stats for all 50 of them. If you're considering moving, investing, or just curious about life in different states, you're in the right place. In this series, I'm breaking down all 50 states, from taxes and cost of living to the housing market to job opportunities. Whether you're an entrepreneur, retiree, or professional looking for a change, we've got the data you need to make informed decisions. Each video will focus on one state, giving you the inside scoop on what it's really like to live, work, and thrive there. Also, I have a comprehensive ebook that I've put together with even more in-depth information about these 50 states. It's packed with more details on taxes, housing, charts, graphs, jobs, markets, crime rates, and more for every state. Just click the link in the description or pinned in the comment to get your copy today. Let's go. Hey, Renegades, what is going on? We are now in the Centennial State. We are in beautiful Colorado. I have driven through this state. When I say that I've been to these states, I might have not explored them. I just driven through them. So that for me is touching the states. So I touched a lot of states in the U.S. I think that's kind of what prompted the series, is being to so many different places, trying to understand the local market, really trying to understand why I'm not getting a load out of there for my cargo van business. But trying to understand the hubs, the logistics, the economy, why people live there, the sense of culture, the community. So that really kind of propelled me. Plus, I've always been the type to just research everything, right? If I want to know, I'm going to research. But in this research, I said, hey, maybe other people want to know. So I'm glad you're here. If you like this type of content, please go ahead and hit the like button and subscribe to the channel so I can keep pushing content like this out and have other series that are embedded in the whole economy side of things. Let's get it into it with the numbers. We're talking about taxes and cost of living. I like starting with that, getting the bulk of the numbers out of the way. Colorado has a flat income tax rate of 4.4%. Everyone pays the same percentage regardless of income. That is very good. And the sales tax, it's pretty low. However, in local areas and municipalities and different areas of Colorado, it can reach as high as 11.2%. So the sales tax of the state is 2.9%, but with all those local taxes, it could skyrocket in some areas. Property taxes. The effective property tax is the lowest in the U.S. It's the absolute lowest. It's 0.49%. So when you think of that, you're like, oh, wow, Colorado, the property tax. But it's almost similar to what's happening in California, where the property tax is low, but the median home price is so high that you're still coming out of the pocket. So the property tax is 0.49%. It's one of the lowest. The corporate tax is 4.4%, making it more business friendly, way friendlier than California. And I think I'm comparing to California because it holds a lot of records as the highest in some of the states. But also, I just did California. Hey, if you're looking to find out all the information on California, go ahead and check the playlist. I've created one. I'm doing all the states. The tax burden is number 35 in the U.S. Total tax burden is 8.9. It's lower than the national average. It's at the midpoint, I think, but it's lower than the national average. But the good thing to know about Colorado is that it is one of the few states with a taxpayer's bill of rights. It's called TABOR, TABOR, the taxpayer's bill of rights, which limits how much the state can collect in taxes each year. Bada bing, bada boom. So if Colorado has one of the lowest property tax rates in the U.S., can you guess which state has the highest? I already said it's not Cali, because California also has one of the lowest in the U.S. And that's remarkable, right? And it's hard to believe. So Cost of living index, number 38 on the list of all the states, meaning it's slightly above the national average, but still more affordable than high cost states like California and New York. The cost of living, you had better go there or move there or get your income up, because to live comfortably in Colorado, you're going to need an annual salary between $65,000 and $85,000, depending on the city you choose to live. Excuse me, I'm drinking some coffee. It is early in the morning here. All right, let's continue with climate. So we have 4 distinct seasons in Colorado. I believe that Colorado has one of the best weather for me. Like, just doing this, some people are in the extremes, but Colorado seems to pan it out, balance it out. I know it gets cold there because there's heavy snowfall in the mountains, occasional droughts, wildfires, and flash floods. We get that. The average temperatures in the summer, though, 85, winters 15. But the elevation is what is a killer in Colorado. I drove from Nevada, and mind you, these are all like mountain states, right? The Rockies and all that. I drove from Nevada. I went into Idaho. I kept driving up a mountain. You could watch the video. I actually have it videoed. You could watch me go up these mountains. I got scared of these mountains after a while. It was kind of like, it was too much. It was too many mountains because I started in Arizona. So I'm in mountains like for the last 4 days. It was unbearable after a while. And I reached Idaho and I realized I never went down anything, right? I just kept elevating, kept going up, kept climbing. And there was no actual like big, hey, I'm going down 5,000 feet. Nothing. So I got to Idaho and I'm driving through there, going towards Montana, then going over and I realized I'm still on top and climbing even more. I get to Colorado, I checked the elevation and I couldn't believe it. I was just like constantly at a 5,000, 6,000 feet altitude. And I was just like, whoo. So did you know that Colorado is home to the highest paved road in North America? And I think I've driven it. I'm not sure, but it is the home to the highest paved road in North America. And it climbs up to 14,130 feet. That is crazy. Colorado was the first state to legalize recreational marijuana. Is that true or false? I think that's probably true, right? Colorado. All right, let's talk about the housing market. Median home price, $549,000. Rent prices, average rent is around $2,100 for a not 2-bedroom. No, not 3-bedroom. This is a 1-bedroom apartment you're looking at. Buying versus rented. Home prices have skyrocketed in Denver and Boulder, but smaller cities like, maybe Fort Collins, I'm not sure what smaller city still offer affordability. So I changed it up a bit. If you watch all these videos, I always talk about the best places to live in these states. Well, Colorado, we're going to turn the wave. We're going to start doing something, and I'm going to start it with Colorado. The not so great areas to live. Let's go. Boulder, best place to live. Boulder, Fort Collins, and Colorado Springs. Boulder consistently ranked as one of the best places to live in the U.S. Great outdoor. Great for tech entrepreneurs. Boulder is just hot right now. Fort Collins, college town with a booming job market and a strong sense of community. Colorado Springs, lower cost of living than Denver, but a growing economy and military presence. The not so great areas to live. Now, guys, if you live in these areas, because I lived in Memphis for a year and some change, and it was tough, right? There was crime and petty crime too. I mean, park your car, your car is gone. You had better had some insurance on that thing. Car windows are smashed in the Target parking lot. You know, you hear maybe someone got carjacked or robbed. I'm saying this thing like it's small, but you know, when I first moved there, these things were like huge in my mind. Like, what do you mean you can't go to dinner? Because when you come outside after dinner, your car is just gone. I mean, it was real. So if you're living in these areas, go ahead and shoot a comment down below and say, is it as bad as it's reporting out? You know, because I never once felt unsafe in Memphis, and I never experienced any of the crime that the media was talking about. And I'm sure it's there. However, is it really blown up out of proportion because it's per capita? So you get a little more people there, of course. So let's talk about it. Not so great areas to live in Colorado. We got Pueblo, higher crime rates, and a struggling economy make this area less desirable. And it's also not just crime. It's also if there's the job market. If that's not good, you got poverty-stricken areas where crime is more inevitable because people aren't working. And what are they doing, right? Aurora. While some parts of Aurora are nice, others have high crime rates and lower quality schools. I actually stopped in Aurora for 2 days on my drive, and I didn't catch the feeling, but after I left there, somebody was like, oh, Aurora is like crazy. And then I looked at the news, of course. There was like people holding up a whole apartment complex. There was crime in this. I'm like, whoa, I was in Aurora for 2 days. Commerce City, industrial area with high pollution levels and lack of community development. So I could get that. I could definitely get that. Commerce City. So have you ever visited any of these areas? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. What did you see? Now, these type of videos we want to help people that are thinking about moving, thinking about investing, thinking about changing their life. You know, these are the type of videos that I think people should really engage with, because you could help other people, and maybe the reports aren't 100% accurate and what you're seeing, because a lot of the sources that I use, they're 2024, 2025. They're the newest in data, but data is not just taken on a weekly basis like unemployment rates, you know. But so a lot of these are probably over 6 months old, you know. So if you're seeing things that are different, states, people are turning around or whatever, shoot it in the comments. Let us know. Job market and industries. Top industry, of course, we got the engineering, aerospace, technology, renewable energy, outdoor recreation, and of course, cannabis. Unemployment rate is 3.3, lower than the national average. Highest paying job, engineering, of course, tech, and medical fields lead the way with salaries above 120K. For my renegade entrepreneurs and hustlers, is Colorado a good spot for you? Is it a good spot to open business? Here's the type of business and startups that are going on in Colorado. Colorado is a hot spot for outdoor brands, craft breweries, and tech startups. With a strong economy and tax incentive for businesses, it's an attractive place to launch a company. So let's get some little facts about Colorado. Colorado was the first state to reject the Olympics in 1972. Woo! Okay, there you go. Denver is actually 1 mile high. That makes sense. The 13th step of the Colorado State Capitol building is precisely 5,280 feet above sea level, and your body has to get used to that. I think I did have an elevation sickness that week that I kept climbing up mountains and never descending. Here's some recent economic news in Colorado. Colorado's housing market shows slow growth. The home prices have increased by only 2% year over year compared to double-digit spikes seen in the past years. And that has to do with what's going on too. People are pulling back. People are uncertain. Renewable energy boom. Okay, the state is investing heavily in wind and solar power right now, aiming to be carbon neutral by 2040. Tech industry expansions. Major company like Google and Amazon are expanding operations in Boulder and Denver. So, but that's a wrap for Colorado. Next up, we're headed to the East Coast, heading to Connecticut. So I hope I see you there. As I mentioned, like, subscribe, share, but most importantly, comment. The sources that I use for today's video and numbers and stats: the Colorado Department of Revenue, U.S. Census Bureau, and of course, I hit up Zillow Housing Market Report for some of that housing market recap. I'll see you over in Connecticut. Peace, renegades.